Hello, Bucknutters. Welcome into the Morning Five. I am editor Dave Biddle. Up first, Bradley Roby made himself a lot of money yesterday at the NFL Combine. He registered an official time of 4.39 in the 40-yard dash. That is the fifth best of any defensive back at the Combine. I expect Bradley Roby will be a late first-round pick. He also had 17 reps on the bench. And I think back to Nate Clements' final year at Ohio State, his junior season of 2000. He had a really rough year. Had a pretty good sophomore year, came back, had a pretty rough junior year, especially that game against Minnesota that we all remember. And Nate Clements was still a first-round pick. I think Brad Roby's sophomore film was more impressive than Nate Clements' sophomore film, and I think Brad Roby's performance at the Combine was more impressive than Nate Clements'. So I expect that Bradley Roby will be a first-round pick. Moving on, I want to talk 2015 recruiting as it pertains to Ohio State, and I have a few questions that I'm sure every Buckeye fan wants answered. We're going to go out to our East Coast Bureau Chief, Alex Gleitman in New York City, to get the latest on Ohio State's 2015 recruiting efforts, including whether the Buckeyes are confident they will land the nation's #1 quarterback, Torrance Gibson. What say you, Alex?
The latest with the 2015 recruiting buzz is pretty much everything. Ohio State has been extremely active since National Signing Day when they wrapped up their 2014 class, and they've just been going national, throwing out offers all over the place, whether that be from New Jersey to Texas, Florida to California. They've really done a tremendous job of kind of casting a large net, trying to set up a ton of visits across, this entire spring. This year they're not having a junior day, we found out, or a couple of junior days. They're actually just going to be trying to take in prospects in smaller groups and give them some more attention and one-on-one time, which ultimately will lead up to the spring game, which will be a culmination of this, kind of spring recruiting period, and they hope to have a big turnout there, especially from a lot of the kids in Florida. With Torrance Gibson, I think they're definitely confident, but they know that it's going to be a long road ahead. This is just really the start of his recruitment. He's starting, obviously, to blow up, get those big-time offers. Ohio State's been there for a while. I think they think they're in the driver's seat, but they know that, if they kind of let off the gas a little bit, that someone else is going to take their spot. So they feel good where they're at right now. There's cautious optimism there, but they feel he's a must-get type of guy in this 2015 class. He's the #1 guy on their board. So while they feel good now, there's certainly a lot of work to go.
Next up, Alex gives his prediction on how many players Ohio State will sign in their 2015 recruiting class.
I'm going to go with the number of 22. At this point, with scholarships the way they are, before we know about any spring attrition or anything of that nature, you're probably looking at max 17 spots, give or take. Obviously, we know there's going to be some spring attrition, some attrition across the next year before signing day, maybe some guys entering the NFL early, who knows. But I'm going to say similar to this year, which was 23-member class, it's going to be a 22-member class for the Buckeyes next year.
On the site today, I will have a detailed look at Ohio State's depth chart on the offensive line. It's the latest part of our series, In Too Deep. The Buckeyes are replacing 4 starters up front, and I will have a look at the 2014 offensive line on the site for premium subscribers later today. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you sign up for our 7-day free trial. You get to read In Too Deep. You also get to read Bill Kurlick's wildly popular In the Dean's Office, where you can ask Bill any question. But as for the offensive line, we're going to go really, really deep on that today. Taylor Decker's going to move to left tackle. I think that's a good move, and he's the only returning starter. Pat Elflein did get his feet wet, played well in the Michigan game, played well in the Big Ten championship game, so that's huge. He's almost like a second returning starter, but those other spots need to be filled, so we're going to really tackle the offensive line position today. And one thing I'll say, I'll give a little spoiler alert here. With Ed Warner leading the charge, I'm not all that worried about it, but still, when you're replacing 4 starters, that is a concern, including a couple of guys that are going to play in the NFL, and Jack Mewhort and Corey Lindsley. I still think Andrew Norwell and Marcus Hall might find their way on a practice squad. But we'll take a look at the offensive line on the site today. Make sure you sign up for a 7-day free trial if you're not a Bucknuts subscriber. And thank you for joining us here on the Morning Five. I hope everybody has a great day.
Michigan stinks!